Are you excited about the new series adaptation of The Last of Us? Many fans of the Naughty Dog's game of the same name are very excited but have been giggling at the playful warning that has been issued from Ben Mendelsohn to Pedro Pascal, one of the series' lead actors. Allegedly, Pascal was told not to the series due to its rough history before it came out. Fans of the video game, which takes place in a post-apocalyptic world, had been in adaptation plans once before, but the project fell through. Now that HBO has picked up the rights, fans are excited, and many share Ben Mendelsohn's sentiments toward Pascal. Premiering on January 15, 2023, this new series commands a lot of attention as one of the most anticipated new shows of 2023. Rumor has it that the release date was not meant to be public information at this time. We think HBO had nothing to do with the leak, but there is no real way to know. The game in question had leaked itself before its release. It seems Naughty Dog simply cannot catch a break because the story is just that interesting. The game was released in 2013. Many fans think this series has been coming long. The first attempt to adapt the game was not taken well, and the entire project fell apart. Some think it was only a matter before HBO bought the rights. Many fans are ecstatic that HBO will produce the show, a network critically acclaimed for its drama shows. The powerhouse of HBO, along with this particular game's intense success, appears to be a match made in heaven. What exactly did Mendelsohn, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and Captain Marvel mean with this unusual message via Twitter? As it turns out, Mendelsohn is a huge fan of the video game, claiming it to be one of the best console games ever made. The actor had been privy to the production of this upcoming series and appeared to be quite invested in its success. The tongue-in-cheek warning was followed up by the actor sharing his confidence that the show looks very promising and hopes that they don't half-step. All jokes aside, we think this is more than enough evidence that Ben Mendelsohn will be one of the many viewers to watch this series when it comes out. Mendelsohn goes on to say in his now famed tweet, "But Pask, better not have it up. I'm very excited for the little I've seen of your traveling companion. A lot of us carry this game close. It's probably the greatest console game of all time. The trailer looks very, very promising. Miss ya." This silly tweet style is common on that platform, allowing everyone, including performers and celebrities, to pretend to be upset about small, inconsequential things. We think Mendelsohn comes off as quite an enthusiastic fan. Because Pascal and Mendelsohn are close friends, most of us laughed off this theatrical threat, though people unaware of the relationship between the two may have taken this tweet too seriously. The game follows a survival-based storyline with elements of horror. In the story's beginning, lead characters Joel and Elle are united 20 years after the fall of civilization. The scene is set in a dreary, empty landscape. The animation is stunning. Fans are even given some snippets of dialogue. Elle confides in Joel about her circumstances. She is alone and believes she will always be. Her first line is, "Everybody I've cared for has died or left me." Joel answers cryptically, claiming that Elle has no idea what loss is. In the events of the game, Joel has been hired to smuggle Elle out of a dangerous camp, where the two meet. If Elle has lost everybody she cared about, who could have hired Joel? The story explores the dangers the pair get into, trekking across the wasteland that used to be the United States. Joel's character is told that this job will be quick and easy, so he accepts, thinking he could make some quick money. Little did he know that the journey would be littered with obstacles. The two are battling the elements and a deadly disease called cordyceps infection. Do you think part of this game's new enthusiasm and excitement for the show could be partly due to the contents? People all over the world have certainly been tuning in more often to stories surrounding epidemic illnesses. The story contains suspense, horror, heartbreak, and even a little humor. It is truly a well-balanced, tight-knit story, and we cannot wait to see how it is developed in the new media of film. Fans of similar games, such as Resident Evil, may be concerned about the fate of this adaptation, but we want to remind our viewers that this show appears on a different track. This is especially true if the production team and performers are particularly talented and tight-knit, as we have seen this upcoming team to be. Without these, fans speculate that this series wouldn't have reached this stage in production. As well as Pedro Pascal in the role of Joel, the show will feature Bella Ramsey, Nick Offerman, Jeffrey Pierce, Anna Torv, and Ashley Johnson as performers. The production team consists of Craig Mazin, Chornobyl, and Neil Druckmann, the creator of the game, inspiring even more confidence in fans of the PlayStation game. The first glance that fans were given of the upcoming series was the teaser trailer, which held the series' first few lines, aforementioned between Joel and Elle. The teaser has been praised as the perfect snippet to entice and excite fans. While we know that the first game's events will be covered in the show, we are not sure if the second game will be used for the storyline or if the writers will simply go in a different direction. Regardless, we are sure that this show will be a great time. Players of the game version of this story will all agree that The Last of Us is a unique and effective story, unusually so for a medium of console gaming. So many players of console games have accepted that the story sometimes comes second to game mechanics, animation, and even voice work. The arrival arrival of this game in 2013 came as a game changer, no pun intended, due to its next-level attention to the plot. This difference allows players to be even more sucked in, creating a generation of extremely loyal gamers. Since its release, few games have come close to The Last of Us in these terms, creating even more buzz around the release of this series. It's certainly not as if the show's cast is a bunch of no-names after all. Pascal is known for his role of Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, another smash hit role. Nick Offerman is best known for his roles in We Are the Millers and Parks and Recreation. Anna Torv is known for her roles in Mindhunter and Fringe. Finally, Bella Ramsey is known for her role on Game of Thrones, another hit HBO series. Some fans of GOT would argue that its spin-off, House of Dragons, was the biggest hit of 2022, with that title being reserved for The Last of Us for the following year. It is certainly no secret that HBO has had its share of smash hits over the years. Many fans seem excited just because the show will be an HBO series. The network has an amazing reputation for dramatic television series. It isn't even the show's cast that is riddled with celebrities. The game's fan base is as well. Ben Mendelsohn, the author of the tweet in question, is not the only high-profile fan of the game and cheerleader for the series. Tom Holland, MCU's Spider-Man and Uncharted, is another self-acclaimed fan of the game. The new series certainly has a lot of pairs of eyes trained on it. Luckily, Pascal has spoken to many reporters and magazines, hailing the new show as an instant classic. He told Neelix, a German publication, "I think the cinematic adaptation can more than live up to the original game. I have no doubt that we won't disappoint game fans or new viewers alike." Some very hefty statements. We think Pascal is correct and that this show will live up to the hype of the fan-favorite game. With the buzz surrounding the new show, we think that both The Last of Us 1 and The Last of Us 2 will be covered to some extent in the show. If not, we believe the show will likely have more seasons, whether they follow the sequel game or not. However, there seems to be a long-standing issue with the quality of games turned series. We've seen it with The Witcher and Resident Evil at this point. What do you think? Do you think there are too many differences between mediums that would not allow for a true adaptation? Perhaps this new series will break this unfortunate series of less than appealing adaptations. What do you think? Have you played the game? If so, please let us know what parts of the story you are most excited to see on the silver screen. What do you think of Mendelsohn's tweet? Funny? Inappropriate? Too harsh? We would love to hear your thoughts down below.